Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is William Michael Forbes. I want to welcome you to today's episode of Shortcuts for Your Soul. And I'm really excited today because the question, the energy pouring through, my body's been shivering and goosebumpy for like the last few hours since they first came to me and said, it's important to discuss what are you being now. Today is a very special day in that once you understand what you are being, then you can be it. And most people don't know they have a choice over what you are being. So it's really important to understand what you are being. And we're going to get into that in some details. I want to wait for some people to come on live here. It's what you are being is a pretty amazing thing to understand. And it's what's really profound is how utterly simple it is to know what you're being. What are you being? It's really simple to know what are you being. And when Master Jesus came to me, he said, it's very simple. And it's something we've all said to all of you. This is very simple. It is not complex. What you are being is not what you acquire from the world. What you are being is what you are being. And we will get into this in essence of what that means very shortly. And when I asked him to be really clear about what that is, he said, it's energy, it's emotion, it's what you are feeling. And again, I'm really excited about this as we go into this, and because hopefully you're going to ask questions that are around the concept of what you are being. Very few people have ever been taught that they can choose what they are being. Most of us think we have to be things according to the way the world defines us or the way things happen around us, and nothing can be further from the truth. And I've literally got all of my angels, all of my guides here, as many as can possibly be aware of at the same time. And it's and from this perspective of energy, we connect to all of you in a vibration, in a frequency, a sensation of love and joy and peace. And let's get into this right away because I'm excited. I want to really flow through this today because what you are being is a choice that very few people know that they have. They've forgotten how to make that choice and how to even be conscious they're making the choice. Many of you may still be struggling with how to know what you are being. Right? Because most of us try to figure out who we're supposed to be by what the world tells us, what mom said or dad said, or what they told us in school or university, or what the boss said, or your wife says, or your dog says. Everything out there has tried to define you. And now it's time to flip that background to the proper positioning and consciousness where you are no longer defined by the world, but you're defining the world by who you are, who and what you are being. And it's going to be so simple. We could literally say this. They're saying we can literally tell you what you are being and how to understand that in a single sentence, but you would not understand that because the world has so conditioned you to think that it has to be so much more complex than it actually is. And so if you can understand, it's really exciting because to understand, you get to choose what you are being. You get to choose what you are being. And it's not what you're doing with your body, what kind of job you have, or what your degree is, or whether you're a mom or a dad. Those are expressions of being, but that's not what you're being. What you're being is based in what emotions you choose to connect to inside yourself. And that's it simply. What you are being is based entirely upon the emotions that you choose to connect to inside yourself, either consciously or unconsciously. And most people are connecting to what they're being unconsciously. They're not even aware of why they're doing, and you hear this with criminals, you hear this with people who've done things that are wrong. We hear somebody say, I don't know why I did it. We know that they're living unconsciously. They were functioning from an automatic idea or belief system that was stored into their body and mind, of which they've forgotten, they've lost awareness of, so they had no power to change it. So whenever you find yourself saying or doing, why did I do that? It's because you were functioning from an unconscious perspective of being, not a conscious perspective of choice of being, because you can choose what you're being at any moment of time. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Drusilla, Louise, Patricia, Vanessa, Lori, Nicole. It's, like I said, today is pretty fascinating. So what are you being? What are you being right now? This is really cool. What are you being right now? Well, me right now, I'm being joy right now. I'm being excitement right now. I'm being happiness and curious and excited. And it's a feeling. What you are being is a feeling. It's not your profession. It's not the things you do. It's what you are feeling inside. That's what you are being right now, what you are feeling. And you have the ability to alter and change those. Yes. So please understand that if you do not understand you can choose what feeling you will choose to be aligned to, then you will be subjective to whatever feelings have been put in your system as a form of identifying yourself to. By that, we mean you were given ideas from the world about what it thought you were or should be or should not be. And you've forgotten your own power to choose, that you can choose to be whatever you want to be right now as a feeling. Yes. With that process of being disconnected and from that process of being able to choose internally, you have sought the outside world as a means for defining your feelings, for finding a way of how you could feel better from the outside world, rather than recognizing you are the inside aspect of the self that creates the being that you wish to be now. Okay, so I want to try and break this down because there's just so much energy flowing in right now. There's so much like excitement about what this means for every single human on this planet. If we can recall and remember that we have choice over what emotion we can choose to focus on at any given moment. Because remember, all physical behavior in the human kingdom, all physical behavior in the human kingdom is based on an emotion or an idea. And if you're not conscious of what emotions and ideas are operating in your mind at any given moment in time, then you'll be functioning unconsciously, which you'll make choices, you make decisions based on unconscious emotions. You'll choose relationships, you'll choose jobs, not out of what's right for you, but often out of a sense of need, believing that out there is going to give you the fulfillment that you yourself can create within yourself. And so today, this is what the whole thing is. One of the things they've asked me to do is ask you right now, they want me to ask all of you right now to take a moment and consider what feeling, if you could choose any feeling, whether that be love or joy or excitement or peacefulness or bliss, but choose an emotion that you would like to be right now. And forget about what the world says, but what emotion would you like to be right now? And consider what it would be like to be that emotion. How would it feel to be that emotion of joy, right? Like right now, I got so much energy going through the body, it's very hard to contain it. And you want to be able to induce that emotional, because you are a creator. Yes. You are a creator. You ask for the emotion. I ask to be, and I ask to become the feeling of joy. And what does a feeling of joy look like on your face? What does a feeling of joy look like in how you move? And begin to be that right now. Begin to call that feeling into your awareness of joy right now, or peace, or that vibration of love. You have gotten so accustomed to trying to find these feelings in the world that you have forgotten that you are the one that can create them from the inside out. And our goal here is to get you to that recognition that you are able to create them from the inside out. And from that, you can then begin to create a life that will have great meaning for you. But if you keep running around the world trying to find these feelings in this world, they will always be temporary, because most people out there are up and down all the time. And this world is changing all the time. And yet, one thing that remains constant is your ability to focus on and determine and connect to the emotions and vibrations that most serve you effectively. So choose an emotion or an idea that represents what you'd like yourself to be experiencing yourself as being right now. Get into it. Like, get into how would joy, if you were in a state of joy, what would you be smiling? Would you be dancing, laughing, singing? What is being joy right now? What would that mean for you to be that? You can choose to be joy. And again, for some of you, this may be difficult because you're so used to being unhappy, or you're so used to being disappointed, or you're so used to being let down, or you don't believe you can do things. You got those states of emotion. But again, they are a choice of where you choose to put your attention. And our goal here is to get you to the place where you realize you can put your attention on anything you choose to inwardly first. It must go inwardly first for it to become an outward expression. You keep trying to get that feeling from out there, from the pill, from the drug, from the dance, from that person, that club, that place, that person. It will not work. It will always be temporary. But within yourself, you have the capacity and the ability to deliberately and intentionally generate a feeling in your consciousness right now. Choose, what am I going to be right now? What am I going to be being right now as a feeling? I'm going to choose to focus on joy. And then do not let your mind distract you with, what about there? And what about that? What about this? Stop it. You are the governor of that temple in which you live. You must learn to master your house very carefully. So what are you being right now? Because you can be, again, the purpose of your life is to obtain maximum pleasure without hurting yourself or anybody else. That is really the purpose of life, to obtain maximum pleasure without hurting yourself or anyone else. And from that perspective, you can make very different choices if you're seeking first the pleasure in here. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, which is here and now within you. It's not out there. Seek ye first that kingdom. All else will be added onto you. And that kingdom is a choice, a feeling, a vibration that compels the body to action. Sadness, depression, cause the body to act in certain ways and to be in certain ways. Joy, excitement, playfulness cause the body to be in a certain way. When you're choosing those emotions deliberately and consciously, you're choosing what you're being. You're choosing to be what you're being. And that's what they're saying to us right now is really, it's about what are you being right now? What are you choosing to focus your feeling energy on right now? And again, for those of you that are so connected to the outside world that you're trying to find satisfaction, fulfillment, happiness out there first. Don't get me wrong, you can find a lot of pleasure in the world, no question about it. But the real joy comes from establishing that sensation of the wonder of who you are as a divine consciousness. And many of you run around, again, trying to find the satisfaction in the world. But when you find satisfaction in here, you will give satisfaction in the world. You'll be giving to the world joy, the love, the peace, the compassion. But you must become that which you're seeking to get from this world, because this world can only give you that which is temporary, because the world is ever changing. But your consciousness is free will. You can choose. So what are you being right now? So consider that, as we've asked you already. What would you like your being now to be? Would you like to be love? Would you like to be joy? Would you like to be playfulness? Would you like to be curiosity? Would you like to be fun? Would you like to be relaxed? Would you like to be peaceful? Consider what you'd like to be. The minute you conceive of what you want to be, you can make a decision. I'm going to be peace right now. And then be peace. Like, be still. Be quiet. Be calm. Become peace. It's not dependent on your body. It's not dependent on the world. It's dependent on your ability to be aware of how that energy of peace, that energy of love, that energy of joy, that energy of playfulness, that energy of enthusiasm, that your being that is a choice. And if you keep your attention on the choice, eventually the old programming, the old beliefs in your mind that have you going in a certain way that you're not happy going in, will begin to surrender to you because you're not giving them attention. If you give attention to anything inside yourself that is uncomfortable and unpleasant, then you will feel uncomfortable and unpleasant. And your body will seek to move away from that discomfort because it does not like the sensation of the toxic chemicals that are produced when you think negative thoughts, or you believe negative ideas. And so the body will try to find some way to get comfortable, maybe a pill or a drug to put it to sleep, or alcohol to make it unconscious. There's lots of things that your body will try to do to get away from the emotional pain that it perceives as a threat to its well-being. And only you can really remove that. No pill, no drug, no person on this planet will be able to alter your internal realm other than you by your own choice. So go inside right now. Consider, what are you wanting to be right now? And consider how that being, would being joy make you sad? No, being joy would make you smile. Would being peaceful make you crazy all over the place? No, it wouldn't make you jumpy. It would make you relaxed and reposed. Being focused and measured and calm is another energy. Being extremely thoughtful is another energy. Again, choosing the feeling that represents what you want to be. You must learn to choose the feeling of the being you wish to be in this physical world. You will not find it in the world. You will find it within. And the kingdom of God is within you. And you can create all things from that position in consciousness. The kingdom of God is a state of being, and a state of being of your choosing. It's a state of being of your choosing, because God doesn't say you have to be good, you have to be That it doesn't say, it says, ask and ye shall receive. It always says that. Whatever you want to make of your life, you may do so. And it's really true. So what is it you are going to choose to be? Because we're going to do a little short meditation on what you are being right now in about 15 minutes. We're going to take some questions right now and see where everybody is. And I want to welcome the newcomers to the show, and I want to welcome all of our Patreon supporters. I want to welcome all the people that support this program by coming and watching it. So let's take some questions and answers, and let's see who comes through for us today. Again, I've got virtually all the beings that I'm aware of that I consciously work with present, but there are others that I'm not familiar with that are present as well. And they may be your guides and angels that are trying to tap through me to connect to you. We'll see. Remember, there are so many dimensions of being that your mind cannot conceive of it. You know, all the grains of all the sand of all the beaches on this world, there are more living beings throughout the cosmos than all of that and more. You cannot count them all. And there's different levels of perception. Wow. Hello, everybody. So good to see everybody here. Hi, Lauren. I am being love and joy. That's great. And when you know what you're being, when you know I'm choosing to focus on love right now, it can be really hard in the beginning because you're so conditioned that you're either depressed or the world's a terrible place or this is going on and my mother's doing this and what's not happening with them. You know, you can get so lost in the externalized interpretation of what you should be that you lose your ability to choose what you want to be in the moment. There are people suffering all over this world. I don't have to suffer with them. I can be mindful of their suffering, and I can offer them my love, my compassion, my money, my time, my energy. But I can choose to be doing that from a perspective of love and gratitude and enthusiasm, right? Then I'll be contributing to their life in a truly meaningful way, right? And it is important to contribute to people in a meaningful way. Thank you. Okay, if anybody has a question, please, before the question, write the word question, because I'm only going to respond to those because I can't catch everything at once because there's a lot of questions coming through. So just write the word question. We will always get to as many as we can, and they'll always be the right questions. Nobody's going to miss anything today. Remember that. You'll never miss anything. And remember, you can't miss anything when you know you are the creator of your consciousness. If you are being in a state of love, you will never feel anything is lacking from your life. If you're being in a state of joy, you will not feel a lack. When you're being in a state of peace, you will never feel ill at ease. And those are choices. We stopped teaching children that we are not making them into who they are being. We are here to help them become aware that they are, so that they may choose to be love. They may choose to be joy. You know, we get them so programmed into thinking, oh, you've got to become a doctor or a lawyer, or you've got to be this, or you got to do that. And we've forgotten that within each and every one of us is the being that is who we are already. But we have to become mindful that that being is a composite and a consciousness that has the capacity to choose what it wants to be. Teach your children what love is. Teach your children what being joyful is. Teach your children what being peaceful is. Teach your children what it is to be mindful and discernment and to reason. And they will become that because they become what you show them. They become what this world projects into their minds all the time. Be very mindful about what you let your children hear and see, because they already are complete within themselves. They get fragmented when they get put into these little conceptions of what being happy is. Being happy is having more money. Well, no, there's lots of people that don't have money and they're very happy. Being happy is an internal state of being that can cause you to have lots of money, right? But money will not cause you to be happy, but happiness can cause you to have money, right? And it doesn't mean you have to. It works in many different ways, but your being is more important than what you acquire from this world. Do not let what this world is telling you should think, feel, say, and believe. If it doesn't lift your heart up, if it's not bringing you closer to love and joy, then is it really worth giving attention to, right? And again, if something is operating against the well-being of anybody, it should be questioned, but always questioned from the perspective of solution and opportunity and growth and what can make things better for everybody, including yourself. Question. I am sometimes behaving badly towards my family, and angels are saying that I am behaving so because I am suffering. So I want to ask what I am suffering from. You are suffering from the belief that you cannot have the love that you really seek, and that they will not give it to you. But we would say to you, the important idea for you is to understand that you must become the love you wish to receive from others. You must be the love you wish to acquire from this world. You must be the peace you want to get from this world. You must be that which you wish to see more of in the world. And when you are being love and you are true to that, then those around you will feel that from you, even if they are unaware of that. And if you stay true to that vibration of love, if you stay true to that vibration of peace and joy, and you stay there firmly, they will not be able to pull you off. They will get pulled into that vibration. You will bring them into that vibration. And I'm brought to bring up the example again. So think of your love as like the effects of what happens in a freezer. Think of the vibration of freezing cold as love. So you're putting out this vibration of love. And all the people around you, right? Your family, your relatives, there's mom, there's dad, there's your son, there's your daughter, and then they're all around you. And you as love, encompass them with that vibration of love, which is like putting them into a freezer. So we put them in the freezer, and you stay true to that vibration of love, and you stay true to it, you stay true to it. The water will turn to ice. You understand the energy that you can radiate from your consciousness will alter and change matter, time, and space. You won't have to do anything to them. You just have to be the most loving you can possibly be, the most compassionate and kind you possibly can be. The water will not have to do anything in the fridge to become an ice cube. It will be changed just by the nature. You don't have to force it to become ice. It will just become ice. Be in a vibration of love. Be so strong in that nothing else can happen around you but that. And that takes strength, and that takes patience, and that takes perseverance, because there'll be moments where they'll say or do something, and you get caught back in the old, and then you got to pull yourself back. I'm going to go back to that vibration of love and radiate out to them. Even if I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing, even if I don't agree with it, I'm going to choose to stay in this vibration. And yes, there is a process of practical reasoning of saying to somebody, hey, what you're doing isn't really the right thing to do. It's not really respectful. It's not really kind. And there's a way to communicate information to others to support them changing positively from a perspective of love instead of condemnation or criticism. You shouldn't be that way. Don't do that. You're not gonna create love from that type of energy, but you can from the vibration of love and saying, what I'm observing you doing is actually very painful to some people. It's actually not healthy. It's not good for your body. And you start to communicate from a vibration of love. Your words and your actions suddenly start to be governed by the vibration of love or the vibration of peace. So you want to get aligned to a strong vibration. Very important. Very important to learn to do that. Thank you for that question, Pooja. Sean, my girlfriend's daughter is autistic, but seems super connected and sees things all the time, but doesn't talk much. Any suggestions from Spirit on how to communicate with her better? Yes, move out of your analysis of expecting overt symbols and actions. Do not expect her to communicate from the perspective of voice. You are speaking of a child that has the ability to communicate non-verbally and through energy directly. It would benefit you and your girlfriend more effectively to move into the vibrational sensation of what is being communicated, to move into union with the vibration that this one is communicating. Just as you move into a vibration of love and you hear her from that vibration, you see, many of you think that you have to have physical words and physical things to see with your physical eyes, but there is a whole realm of being that does not require your physical body in order for that being to exist, which is you. Move into the feeling energy of that being. Sit with her and feel and be with her. Feel the vibration she's communicating. She will feel you doing that. Most children that you call autistic are not connected to the physical world in the same way that most humans are. They're connected to the world in a non-physical way, which is why some of them react and respond crazy, because they pick up the emotions and the energies in the space-time around them, and they feel the energy. That's what children in that state usually react to. They react to the energy around them. So if the teacher comes in, they're all upset, but they put on a brave face, but they're still upset inside, the children will feel that upset. They won't feel the lie. They'll feel the truth of the feeling. They feel on an energy level, these beings. And there are many of them like that. Thank you. Great question, Sean. Thank you so much for that. Um, wow. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Kate. Oh, thank you for that £2 donation. I really appreciate it. Um, okay. A message from Kate's grandfather. Wow. Uh, Stop thinking you are alone is the words that came in first, Kate. Stop thinking you're alone. You're never alone. You can feel us if you uh, move out of that place, out of that feeling. You can feel us. What else? Um, Something about park. He's saying there's something about going to a park and sitting on a bench. There's something about a park and going and sitting on a bench that's connected to the first thing he said about stop believing you're alone. Again, I don't know what that means or what's going to unfold from that, but please, Kate, when you go out to that place, that park bench, wherever that is for you, he says you know what that means. Please, when you come back on it, share with us what occurs. Anybody who gets a message from these guys or from your own angels, share the effects of what you experience, because it's so important to realize that we are not alone. There are beings on many, many, many dimensions of consciousness, above and below, that you can tap into all of the time. And you can learn to do that. It's really simple. There's just a process you have to learn to change the way your brain works so that it works for you instead of against you. Good morning, Bo. Yeah, if you're new here, please make a note on what country you're from, so we all know, so we can say hi to you. Question from Beta: what is my purpose in this lifetime, please? I'm starting something, but I'm not sure if this is it. Please ask my angels. Wow. Again, they're saying it's very timely that you would choose to ask us this question on this day. And we would ask you the question, this thing that you are doing now, is this something that you are seeking to get fulfillment from by doing the thing out there? Or are you doing this thing because you are feeling fulfilled because of your choice to do this? It is important you understand the distinction between what fulfills you as what you are versus getting fulfillment from this world. For so many of you caught up in trying to get from this world, it is important to learn to give what you are to this world. But you have to know what that is. Are you fulfilled with this? When you open your eyes to doing this each morning, do you feel, yes, this is my joy, this gives me love, this fulfills me? If it does not fulfill you and you do not feel that, then either you need to correct your feelings around the thing you're doing, or you need to change the thing you're doing. But one should find fulfillment in what they're doing. You should find fulfillment in what you're doing, not in it, but because you are being fulfilled by doing it. You are fulfilled by being fulfilled. And that doing is your fulfillment. It sounds paradoxical, but it's very simple. If you are feeling fulfilled, then you will do things that fulfill you. If you are feeling love, then you will do things that fill you with love. If you are being peace, then you will experience things that give you peace. The internal aspect of your nature is generating the external conditions of your world. For all of you, for every single being on this planet, this is true. Wow. Yeah, so good, eh? So we're about 2 minutes away. So for those of you that are just joining us, we're going to be doing a short meditation based on what are you being now? And they've already told us what you are being now is what feeling or emotion you choose to align yourself to as an awareness. Are you going to align your awareness to a vibration of love and then become that vibration of love? Are you going to align your awareness to a vibration of joy? It has to be felt inside for your love, for your joy, for peace, for playfulness, for compassion to unfold in your world around you. You must cultivate them and become them within you. And this is so important to understand, becoming love within yourself. For whatever emotions you will feel will dictate the actions you perform in this world. So very important, the meditation will be very simple. To call forth the vibration of what you want to be right now. Do you want to be love? Do you want to be joy? Do you want to be excitement? Do you want to be peace? Do you want to be playfulness? Do you want to be curiosity? Do you want to be excitement? Do you want to be adventurous? What does that feel like inside? If you could be that outside, how would it feel inside if that were already true? How would it feel? So access right now, take a moment to access that feeling of being that. Wow. Sorry, I just got my heart chakra was just like pulsing incredibly strong today. There's just so much love for all of us. This intelligence that's here for all of us, beating your heart right now. It's beating your heart. It's giving you the very life from within you that you keep trying to find outside of you. So many of you are trying to find your fulfillment and happiness out there first, that you get disconnected from the place of where it's all starting from, and it starts from within you. And this energy in my heart is just so powerful right now, and it's in all of our hearts. It's in your heart, beating your heart right now. This love, this consciousness, this spirit, if you like, God, if you want to call it that, is beating your heart right now, digesting your food, circulating your blood on your behalf. And feel that, but choose an emotion that best represents what you want to be right now. So just take a moment to choose that. Now, as you call that emotion into your awareness, feel it inside. If you need to say the word love, or say the word peace. Speak the word that represents the emotion that you're wanting to be right now. And speak the word in your mind or out loud. And speak it so you can feel the word in your voice. So the word love, the word peace, the word compassion, the word patience, the word joyful. Speak or think the word. And allow yourself to become aware of how the feeling expands. And just feel how that feeling expands into your body. And continue to speak or think the word as you're doing that. Love, joy, peace, compassion. And really stay connected to the energy that you're generating by bringing the word into your conscious awareness. Remember, in the beginning was the word, the vibration, the idea. And as you continue to stay focused on that word and continue to generate that vibration, you are becoming that. Now let your body show on its face the feeling of that word that you're experiencing now. Let your body show on its face the feeling of that word. Or let your body move to the feeling of that word. But let that feeling that you're becoming aware of, let your body feel that. And just do that for a few more seconds. And notice the change in what you're being. Notice the change in what you're being now from when we first had you start that. And then take a deep breath and breathe that word into your body. Breathe that vibration into your entire body. And when you exhale, expand that vibration into the space around your body. Remember, you get to choose to be what you want to be. It's not something that's going to be, you're not going to be fulfilled by what you get from the world. You are fulfilled by being that what you choose to be. So just let yourself stay in that, because you are being whatever you are feeling. And if what you're feeling does not please you, then release your attention from that feeling and speak the word of what you want your being to be. The word love, the word joy, the word patience. Choose to focus your attention on that. And for some of you, it will take more practice than others, because you might have a lot of attachment to the energy of suffering. You might have a lot of attachment to the energy of fear or anger. And that's okay. As you begin to pull your attention away from it, you actually pull your energy out of that. You literally suck the life out of your fear, and you suck the life out of your anger by restoring your awareness to the feeling and the idea of love, within you, the feeling of the idea of joy within you, the feeling of the idea of peace within you. So you restore yourself. Master Jesus often talks about how you can. The statement he said was, or was reported to have said, is, and it's an allegory for a fundamental truth. He said, "If you destroy this temple, I shall rebuild it in 3 days." And it's important to understand. So you might have a lot of anger and fear, and that's like the destruction of your temple. So you can take that anger, and for 3 days, you stay focused on not giving that anger any attention. You stay focused on a vibration of love. You begin to change. You begin to rebuild internally what's going on inside the system, the temple, the body. Right? It's important to understand that. Very simple and elegant process that they're giving to us today, and I really appreciate it. Yes. Yes. Question from Love Doggies. I like that name, Love Doggies. Woohoo! What message do my guides have for me? They're saying right now, have you not heard us just now? Have you not felt us just now? Have you not felt how closer you are to us by what you have just done? We are never separate from you. But you may have the perception that you have to seek outside of yourself for that which is within you. And the love that is you is the connecting line between us. It is where we join hands. And hands is a metaphor for connecting in spirit, right? Connecting in spirit. Question from Bo. NLP teaches that values dictates emotions. What is the best way to change our values? Well, I would personally say that where did the values come from? Many of the values you're not even conscious you have. You're not even conscious of most of the values you have. Most of them are unconscious values. And it would be very difficult to go through the if you've had 30 years or 40 years or 50 years or 60 years on this planet, it will be very difficult to go through all of the values that you've acquired in your subconscious mind. It is much easier to get into the emotional energy that would represent what you want the value of your life to be. And from the perspective of the emotion, the very nature of certain emotions establishes, restores, transforms, and transmutes certain values. Certain emotions demonstrate very clearly that actions must follow. All emotions determine behaviors. Behaviors are overt actions. Overt actions are perceived by others. Those perceptions of others will feed back to you what the value of your actions are. And if you are in a vibrational state of emotional energy of love, then the action that will proceed forth, the value of your expression will be that of love. The quality of emotion determines the quality of value that you will give to this world, and also the value that you experience within yourself as your own being. Great question. Thank you, Bo. Wow. Wonderful, Cal. Glad to hear that. Or Kai, glad to hear that. Question from Navid. Can you please ask Aphrodite Freya, Navid, you have to let go of your desperation. Stop being so desperate. Again, yes. You must become more receptive to that which you're already receiving. You are so busy trying to get it from outside of yourself, you are missing the very point that we've been trying to communicate to you from within. You keep thinking it has to be outside. Like so many of you, you are trying to find that outside. But within you right now, we would say to you right now, we are with you right now. Can you not be present and quiet your grasping mind? Pull your hands back, put them on your chest, go to your heart and feel our presence with you. You don't have to go outside of you to know that we are with you. Put your hands over your heart, go within. Still this mind that seeks to acquire and possess and hold. For there is no such thing in freedom as that. And you are trying to grasp your freedom, but you already possess it. Be still and reposed and quiet, and you will feel our presence with you now. Yes. Thank you. Wow. Thank you for that question. Kai, question. How do I start to love myself first? I feel so much love and appreciation for everything else, but have a hard time turning that to me. Any advice is a blessing. Well, they just walked through a very simple process about that, being able to deliberately, the love that you think you are giving to others, well, turn that inward. Turn it inward. Feel that love you want to put out there and turn it inward. And as you turn it inward, be it. Be the feeling that be the feeling that you're turning inward. Be the feeling that you're turning inward. If you are being the feeling that you turn inward, you will become that which you turn inward. For what is within, and what is within is without. So you are not devoid of love. You are just not owning it. You are not being it. Hello, Anka. Why do I keep coming back to the painful turmoil of what I want and where I am now, and how do I get out of it? Great question, and I think it relates exactly to what Kai was saying just a moment ago, that we are so conditioned by our 5 physical senses. Remember, your body is meant to be an instrument of your expression, not that which determines who you are. And most humans on this planet are stuck being defined by the senses. This makes me feel good. I'm going to go to that. That makes me feel bad. I'm going to avoid that. We are so caught up in determining self from the outside that we become disconnected from the internal. What, as a vibration of love, if you can become a vibration of love, you can generate, all of you can to some degree connect to and access the vibration of love as you understand it to be. All of you, we know, can do this to some degree. And in doing that, in connecting that vibration of love, allow yourself to become it. Fill your awareness. Let your awareness become that vibration of love. Become the vibration. Become the love. From there, the specific actions, behaviors, and activities that will unfold from that vibration will be very precise and specific to that vibration, as all human behavior is very precise and specific to the internalized emotion that is causing it to be that effect in this material world. And you have choice over what emotion you will give attention to. All of you do. Most of you are not conscious of that fact, but all of you have that ability. Thank you so much. Great question. Remember to like this video while you're watching, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Remember, give it a thumbs up and bring it up in what they call the SEO, search engine optimization, they call it. I just found that term out the other day. Hi, Phil from Wales. Glad to have you with us. Any guidance for me, please? Let's see here. Janine, guidance for Nicole. There's just saying to me, all of you, if you are paying attention, take heed of what you hear today, for this is what you have been seeking in truth. It is time to surrender your relentless pursuit of fulfillment from this world, for this world cannot fulfill you as the spirit within you will. You must go within, and find the spirit of love, the spirit of joy, the spirit of peace. If you cannot find it, then you must invoke it. You must call it forth. For you are able to ask, and you are able to receive, but be conscious in this process. Thank you. Wow. Hi, Christina. Thank you, Bo. Yes, thank you, Bo. Bo just mentioned here, she just imagined being an inventor, an explorer, an entrepreneur, and her body got very hot. Remember, one of my mentors used to say, all creation begins with imagination. And when you start to imagine things, image in, bring into manifestation, an idea into the form, from the formless, and form it, there is an energy that happens. Whatever you give your attention to there's going to be an energy. If you're giving your attention to joy, if you're giving your attention to something that generates a feeling of excitement, and that's key. What generates a feeling of excitement within you? There are things in this world can do that. There are things in this world that can make you feel good and excited, but they'll always be temporary. But if you can become a conscious and deliberate, intelligent awareness, generating a feeling of excitement and joy from within you, your biology will change instantly. Your body will begin to react to it. They've done research studies on people, basketball players playing an imaginary basketball game, and they improve their capacity to play. Imagination instantly organizes matter. All emotion combined with an imagination, when you put imagination and feeling together, you create instant change in your chemistry. Instant change. We have someone yesterday who sent me a message that they've been struggling with a condition called cancer. And again, things like that, again, if everything's viewed from the perspective of being a vibration, please understand that the emotional vibration organizes your body faster than anything else. It's what you're feeling consciously or unconsciously that is organizing the molecular systems in your body rapidly. So get yourself into a state of absolute bliss and joy, and allow your body, communicate that feeling to your body, and let your body move with that energy. Let all the DNA be affected by it, right? And you're going to find instant change, instant relief from pain. We've seen this many times. Master Jesus has seen it thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times, that whenever a person gets themselves into the vitality, the energy, the idea that he's communicating them, they go through instant healing. It's amazing. And once you can stimulate that energy, you're free. You're literally free from suffering, right? Doesn't mean you won't hurt your body or bump into something once in a while, but you'll end unnecessary suffering. And again, as they're wanting me to say, as we communicate through this one here, please understand that you are also in receiving of these vibrations to some degree and extent that you're willing to allow it. You are receiving that, but please understand you are receiving it. Own it, for it is not just from us, but is what we are all together. We are all in a vibration and a unified field of awareness and being. While you are in consciousness, you can be united with us. In form, you'll be individualized, but you can still be united from the perspective of feeling. But you can receive all that you are able to receive in your awareness because you're open to it. But remember, we are not responsible for these vibrations that you're receiving, for you're responsible for receiving them. So you are just the receiver of a gift, but the gift is yours once you have received it. It is not ours anymore. If you feel the light, the love, the joy, the peace, then it is yours for you to feel, to own, to accept, to cultivate, expand, and express fully and completely into this world as your being. Hi, Matthew. I was wondering, okay, wow, I've got to the bottom already. That makes sense, though. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I also want to appreciate those of you that I want to say shout out to the students from our courses that are here today. Thank you for showing up. There's just so much happening in the planet today. And as you get more connected and elevated in your alignment to your source and your guides and your angels, the work that you're going to be able to do on this in your life is going to be profoundly life-changing for yourself and others. Just being fully and completely what you can be is amazing things. I want to thank you for your support for the courses and classes and the work you guys are doing. I know it's a lot of work, letting go of the old self, but it certainly is a relief when you do. When we let go of the old self, it's a great relief. No more suffering. Oh, congratulations, Drusilla. She was in a wheelchair 4 years ago. Wow. And she walked 10 blocks with the dog yesterday. Congratulations on that, Drusilla. Wow, that's amazing. I know Master Jesus works with you quite a bit. That's pretty cool. So Matthew, from now on, when you get a question, just put the word question in front of your question. Jacob was wondering if his guide has a message for him. He also asks, why can he feel his guide? Why can he feel his guide but can't see him? Clairs are like senses. Little babies. You look at a little baby. When you're able to feel your guides and angels around you, that's clairsentience. You can sense or feel their energy around you. When you're clairaudient, you can hear them. You can hear their voices within you or around you. When you're clairvoyant, you can see with your eyes closed. You can see what they look like and how they appear to you. And some of you can actually see them manifest in front of you. We often get orbs flying around through these workshops and stuff that we do. It's very fascinating. Yes, I understand. The clair that you speak of, being able to see them, will come as you continue to develop your clairsentience. Allow yourself to be more fully present with us in feeling, and be open in mind and eyes closed, and allow yourself to see that which you feel. It will come naturally. Each sense will develop in its own time. But if you try to see rather than allowing yourself to see what is there, it will be difficult. Trying usually results in you resisting that which you're trying to see. So, yes. So go into the clairsentience really deeply. Tell him to feel the feeling more deeply. Become more engrossed in feeling their presence and their energy. The other senses will open up spontaneously. Much the same way as a little baby they can't see at first, right? Their eyes are looking around, but they don't really see anything. Nothing's really clear to them. And they don't really hear much. They don't react to much because their senses have not fully developed. As they grow and evolve, those senses develop. Well, as you get attuned to the sense of clairsentience, other senses will start to come in. If you're clairaudient, if you work on that sense, you'll develop the other senses. They'll come into alignment with patience and perseverance. Thank you for that donation, Matthew, $5. I really appreciate that. You're welcome, Kai. Question. I guess that's a question, Patricia. After the guide's advice yesterday, I went out and had a very playful day with my son, the grumpy teenager. Thank you. This was so helpful when you put it into practice in your life. It is. Like, my life has changed since my guides and angels started talking to me. When my wife's mother first came to me a couple of years ago, when that happened, and all the others have come since then, there are limitless numbers of beings you connect to, and if you learn to listen to the voice, the vibration of love. If I don't feel love in it, I don't feel joy in it, I don't listen to it, right? And that's why I always connect to those higher level beings. I don't allow myself to listen to anything less than that, than what I want my life to be represented by. But that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I really, really appreciate that. They're saying it will improve too, Patricia. That will improve. Remember, all emotion becomes form. Yes. Thank you, Lysandra. Look at all the love coming out. It's great, you guys. I really appreciate it. I think we got time enough for 2 more questions. Janine is asking, can you read pets? I'm concerned if my dog is in pain. I send her love, but would love to develop that sense. Hang on. Again, this is something I've never been asked to tune into somebody's pet before. This is new for me. The feeling, something along the back. I'm feeling something along the back. That needs to be taken care of. Something about massaging the muscles along the spine. There's discomfort, but not pain. There's discomfort, but not pain. And when it walks, specifically, you'll find if you massage the muscles gently along the spine, and they're stressing the word gently along the spine, right down to the tip of the tail. They're saying go right to the tip of the tail, and right to the tip of the tail, and do that a few times a day, and you'll notice a change in the dog's behavior. Each and every time you do that, you'll notice a change. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now, time for one more question, and away we'll go. Yes. Yes, all beings are naturally telepathic. That's correct. Well, I'm not seeing any other questions, so I'm going to wish all of you uh, a wonderful and a joyful day. Um, and we'll see you tomorrow, which is Friday, and it'll be the first for Friday. I have no idea what's going to be, but tomorrow will be the last day of the first week where we have been working with our teams to set up all of this energies for a meditation that will happen on Supernatural Saturday, and I'm really excited about that. And we'll see some of you tomorrow. And I want to wish you a wonderful and a joy-filled day. Bye for now.